Thanks for tuning in. At the top of the hour, a tip leads to the arrest of an Aberdeen man wanted for rape and sodomy in Alabama. Earlier today, Monroe County deputies arrested Brian Curtis James on warrants issued late August from Marion County, Alabama. James was arrested without incident at his home on Dairy Cut Road. The 35-year-old is charged with first-degree rape and sodomy in Marion County. He is currently housed in the Monroe County Detention Center, awaiting extradition to Marion County. James' bond is set at $150,000 in Marion County. He is not facing charges in Monroe County. New details on a Starkville man arrested earlier this week and charged with statutory rape. 21-year-old Chytrail Spruill of Starkville was arrested Wednesday after a felony warrant was issued. Court documents state that Spruill engaged in sexual intercourse with a 15-year-old. The alleged crime, according to an affidavit, happened in a locker room at Starkville High School. We reached out to the district for a comment. In a statement, the district said, quote, "This is a police investigation, and SOCSD is cooperating fully with the Starkville Police Department. Any information regarding the investigation will be released from SPD." Spruill's bond is set at $10,000. A Boonville woman faces drug charges after a traffic stop in Tishomingo County. Wednesday, deputies pulled over Dorsey Barron on Circle 989. Investigators say the woman allowed them to search her car and found meth in the front seat. Barron was arrested and taken to the Tishomingo County Jail on a felony possession charge. Once she was booked, corrections officers say they discovered Barron trying to hide more meth. The drug was immediately confiscated, and Barron faces an additional charge of tampering with evidence. Bond was set at $15,000. Barron also is currently on probation with the Mississippi Department of Corrections for prior drug charges. She's still in custody in the Tishomingo County Jail. Well, all you need is a wristband to get in on the fun. Mississippi State's homecoming weekend is about to kick off with the annual United Way tailgate. And there's one person we know has a wristband. Meteorologist Alex Puckett. He is live in Starkville with more on the tailgate, as well as what we can expect in our weekend forecast. Alex, what's going on?
Well, it's gorgeous outside here in Starkville. We're here in Starkville, the citywide tailgate. This is a benefit that goes on for the North Central Mississippi United Way. You spend $5, you can donate $5 United Way. You come out here and you can enjoy all the different tailgates along Main Street here in downtown Starkville. The weather not just great in Starkville, but area-wide. The view from our Alpha Insurance Skycam in downtown Columbus. Again, lots of blue skies out there, a little bit warm. Temperatures sitting in the upper 70s and lower 80s this afternoon. Again, a little bit toasty out there, and we're going to see those temperatures continue to climb as we go through the rest of the afternoon. Upper 70s, lower 80s is where things are going to top out as we get into the warmest part of the day. I'll tell you what, though, it's really nice in Starkville. Come on out and enjoy the citywide tailgate. I'm going to have your full forecast coming up in just a couple more minutes, but for now, I got a hot dog with my name on it. Back to you guys in the studio.
All right, Alex, grab us some food while you're in front of that grill. Thank you for that update. Well, residents from Columbus's Ward 6 spent last night getting to know police officers and their councilmen. The meeting took place at the Brandon Central office. Chief Oscar Lewis and Vice Mayor Bill Gavin listened to what those living in the area had to say. Drivers speeding in the neighborhood was brought up, and many are hoping an increase in police presence will make some of those drivers slow down.
We had a large crowd here tonight, had very good questions. Most of the questions were directed toward activity in the ward itself, which we addressed those problems. We had the city officials here to address the concerns of the citizens, from speeding to speed bumps to trash in the litter to crime. We had a great meeting.
This was the second meeting held this week, enabling residents to speak with city officials. Last month, 7 horses and 2 donkeys were shot and killed in Chickasaw County. Investigators have been following up on leads, but so far, no arrests. Last night, the international organization In Defense of Animals held a vigil in honor of the slain animals. WCBI's Quentin Smith was there and has more.
As count burned in the night, dozens marched while holding up signs seeking justice for the 9 animals that were tragically shot and killed.
It's been 1 month since this happened. The family's grieving.
We want to know who did it, you know. I mean, it's cold-blooded for somebody to sit there and mow down and just murder those horses like that.
Dalton Christian owned the animals that were shot and killed. He's had them for nearly 2 decades and says they were like family.
The kids and the family would go down on weekends. They would ride 4, 5, 6 hours at a time all day long some days. And the horses was just a part of our lives.
But now, he says there's a sense of emptiness lingering around his pasture with his animals being gone.
When you drive down there now, you only see maybe 1 or 2 horses out in the pasture when you used to see a whole herd of them. You used to see 12 when we went down there.
There were a total of 11 animals that were shot. And Christian admits the animals did wander off into a neighbor's yard. However, he says that still doesn't justify them being shot at and killed.
I mean, I would have thought they would have caught them and put them up and said, Mr. Christian, you owe me $5,000 or you owe me $10,000 for damages. But I never thought they would kill them, and I never did.
We know that it was most likely an AR-15 or some form of assault weapon that they were shot with. You know, basically, somebody started shooting at them, and they looked up, and they were all getting shot. They didn't even have time to run away.
Investigators are working hard to track down the accused gunman. And although no arrests have been made, Christian says he'll continue to seek justice for his animals.
To me, that's heartless, callous, cowardly.
And that was our Quentin Smith bringing us that report. Christian says one of the horses that was shot is making a successful recovery. There's a $10,000 reward for anyone who has information that leads to an arrest and conviction. If you have information that can help, call the Chickasaw County Sheriff's Department or Crime Stoppers of Northeast Mississippi. And finally, a heads up this afternoon for residents in Tupelo. The State Department of Health issuing a boil water notice for all customers of the city's water system. Water samples show the presence of E. coli. Residents are urged to boil water for a minute before use or use bottled water. And to keep students safe, Tupelo Christian Preparatory School has decided to cancel class today. They say a make-up day will be scheduled later. Tupelo Public Schools will remain open, though. They say water fountains will not be available for use. Schools will instead provide bottled water for students throughout the day. The Senate passed a $4 trillion budget plan last night. The vote sets the stage for Republicans to try to pass tax reform later this year. Details coming up next.